Has anybody in this room ever bought something that they really, really wanted and they got it when they literally didn't have access to the money, but somehow they got the thing? I know I have, right? Has anyone ever financed anything? Sure. What made you want to buy that thing, and likely, especially, like, think about it. You ever do that and you're like, that's the most amount of money I've ever spent? Was not a logical decision, I promise you. It was like maybe not all emotion, but there was a lot of emotion based in that decision. The reason I want to talk about that is because I want to explain something called the pain gap. Okay? And the reason that this is so important is because while there is like a DM, I teach a DM script, right? But the entire script is literally just based off of building this pain gap, right? So let's do this conversation based off of it was like an initiated conversation that we started, right? All right, so we'll do open, goals, pain, tie down, and then booking. Okay, so these are like the 5 stages of a conversation. And the whole entire, because I used to teach like, hey, which it works, right? It always has worked. It's just that I realized like, what was I doing? Because I used to close all my deals in the DMs, 0 sales calls, no team. $7,000 packages, $5,000 packages in the DMs, right? So it's like, shit, you're gonna pitch a $5,000 package in the DMs. It's like, you better ensure that the person that you're fucking talking to isn't wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do that over and over and over, you know what I mean? It's just gonna be a waste of time, right? And then you pitch them your shit, and then if you're doing it in the DMs, you don't have them on a call. So it's like, what if they just don't answer their DM? You know what I mean? It's like you don't have them right then and there when you're sending them the link. So the initial open that I teach is very simple, and we always do people that are, followers, IG story viewers primarily, right? The open that I teach is so fucking simple. It's literally 4 messages, and it's just their name. Basically, like, you thank them for whatever engagement they left. Now, also, like, this could be like acknowledging, just like thanking them or acknowledging, as in like, I'll do things where I'll be like, Rob, see you in my stories, bro. Or appreciate the story view, appreciate the follow, appreciate the like, saw you in my comments, right? Acknowledging the fact that I see them, that they're a real fucking human, right? What a crazy concept, right? People love that. Then this is 1 message. This is 2 messages. The reason why this is important too is when I tell my setters, when I was setting, I would type in succession. Like, I would send 1 sentence at a time, another sentence at a time. I would type like a high school girl, like, you know what I mean? Reason being is because it would buzz their phone 5 to 6 times more than it would otherwise. And it also shows that I'm not copy and pasting. So let me keep this over in this section. The next part I would do is I would give them a compliment or a comment about something on their page. So I would say something like, yo, physique is on point, bro, right? Or I'd be like, dude, you look jacked, literally, something like that. Or I would say, dude, I've actually been to Salt Lake. I fuck with the blah, blah, blah. Or, dude, I love that sports team. And then literally all I would say is, what's up? And then their initial response, I just asked them a very simple, because people are afraid to ask this shit because they like hate money. I don't know. This is the like the split question. Now, this is not. This doesn't mean that if they answer 1, that you have to completely disregard the conversation. And I'll explain what this means. You ask them, are they following for? And Diago, I saw that you had an automation that was kind of similar to this. Are you following for the content or whatever the goal is, right? Are you following the content or are you looking to level up your physique? Or are you following for the content? Just ask them. Are you here for the videos? Or are you here because you want to level up your physique? Are you here for the videos or are you here to grow your online coaching business? Right? I'd be like, Rob, I see you in my story videos. Your physique's on point. What's up? Be like, dude, oh, yo, what's up, man? I love your shit. I'd be like, dude, hell yeah, man. Yo, you follow me for the content or are you looking to grow your coaching business? Ask them. Like, hey, bro, I know this is crazy. You might not realize this. I'm running a business with this account. Yeah, I'm running a business. So I'm just going to ask, what are you here for? Crazy, right? And the reason I'm saying that is because people don't fucking do that. And you could be doing it all day long. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Who invited you? You know what I mean? Now, like I said, it's not based on, like if they say content, I'd be like, dude, that's what's up, man. What are your goals? If they say, I want to grow my business, I say, dude, that's what's up, man. Tell me more about your goals. If they say that they're here for the content, I coach fucking bodybuilders and coaches. What the fuck else are you here for? I wouldn't assume that you're fucking passionate about basket weaving if you're following me. Right? So if they say content, I just use that as a gauge of interest. Oh, you're not on your fucking hands and knees begging me for my shit, but like you're here for a reason, right? So if they're like still like, no, dude, I'm just like, hey, dude, I'm just here for the video. Then I'm like, okay, great. Well, hey, I appreciate you, bro. Send them to YouTube, right? I always just use that as a gauge of interest. Because a lot of people are be like, oh, I'm just here for the content, bro. Be like, oh, that's what's up, man. What's up with your page? They'd be like, oh, I'm just, like, well, what are you doing with it? I'm trying to grow my business. Okay, got it. Well, what's your goal? Well, I want to make 10K a month. Well, what are you struggling with? Well, you told me you were here for the content, and now we're down here, and you're telling me you've been trying to start this business for 2.5 years, failing the entire time. So how did I get them there? Well, I just had a system, right? I just used it as a gauge of interest. And what did I say before? People have egos. I know what a funnel is, Gabe. That's what they tell me. They go, I know what a funnel is. I go, oh, okay.
So if you're talking to like someone that you're trying to get for fitness coaching, because obviously you wouldn't say like great physique, because then it kind of like, then they'll be like, yeah, then why do I need you?
Yeah.
So you just say like, hey, I see you.
That's an observation for sure.
I see you like.
I say nice profile picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simple. Yeah. Yeah, you're not complimenting them on their physique.
Nice color.
That's nothing to.
You would to get them.
No, 100%. Yeah, because that's more of it's a level of relatability. You know what I'm saying? So for example, for fitness coaching, this is just the model, right? This really what I'm teaching is like compliment or comment, or again, you can even say like they could be fat as fuck. You can still say, hey, dude, nice family, like love the right. You know, like love, dude, family man, love it, right? Blah blah blah. It's just, you're not complimenting like, dude, you're like so good at being fat. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Find some sort of relatability.
Yeah, 100%. The whole point of the open, Nick, is so you don't sound like a fucking robot. And it's easier for guys that don't have following. Dude, I fucking slide in here, they're like, yo, this isn't Gabe. And I'm like, I have to fucking, my setter's like, yo, send him a voice memo. I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? I'm driving right now. I'm busy as fuck, man. I can help you. If not, but I'm busy, right? Because I have to show them like, oh, fuck, it is Gabe. It is Gabe, right? Now, can I message hundreds and hundreds of people at the same time as scaling my business? No, exactly. That's why we have setters. But the reason that this is important is because this is just filtering them through. Like, you're not going to like push them and push them and push them and push them. Like, what is it, man? So you're not just here for the content? Like, no, just take them through the fucking script. You'll know by the time you get there. Now, what's really important too is this next part, where a lot of coaches fuck this up, is because they go into goals and then they just take the goal at face value, right? The fucking dude's been overweight for fucking 30 years. He goes, yeah, I just want to trim off 8 pounds. And then the coach goes, great goal. Dude, you can lose 8 pounds in 36 fucking hours by not eating carbs, right? That's not a spectacular goal. If someone's 285, fat, and they lose 10 pounds, they're 275, fat, still. And the reason that I'm saying this is because when someone says, yeah, I just want to trim off 15 pounds. You really think that someone that's been fat their whole life is gonna jump out of bed the next morning for the 15-pound weight loss journey? No, they're not at all. They're not gonna be inspired even slightly. So, oh God. The reason that I have an upward arrow though is because what I do with the goals is I never take the goals at face value, and I almost build up the goal like as much as I possibly can in their head. So I'll give you an example, because the whole entire point is building this pain gap. This is the actual start of building this pain gap. Why I brought up, why I asked you guys if you've ever spent money emotionally, is because this is the deciding factor in people spending, not if they have access. This is the deciding factor. If the pain gap is built enough, they'll fucking rob their grandma to sign up for your fucking program if the pain is enough. You know what I'm saying? So what I do with the goals is, if someone comes in and says, well, I want to lose 15 pounds, right? I go, my goal is to build up the goal in their head. So I'm saying like, okay, well, 15 pounds, like you could lose that in a week. What's the real goal, man? Like get down with them, right? What's the real goal? What's your ultimate goal? What do you really want to look like? Like I said, those qualifying questions that we asked them, what's your ultimate physique? You know, I get guys that I would get fucking 23-year-old kids that'd be like, yo, I want to look like Chris Bumstead. And I'd be like, okay, great. That's an awesome goal. And that will always help you, because if you think about it, what's the difference between a skinny, fat 22-year-old that's never touched a weight and Chris Bumstead? Huge difference. He's a fucking Olympian level athlete. So that only works in our favor. I don't say, yeah, man, you're never gonna get there. I go, well, that's a big goal, man. Hey, that's more like it. Shit, okay, now we're talking, right? He wants to look like Chris Bumstead versus 15. Now think about the distance between that goal now. 15 pounds, or gain 15 pounds, or lose 15 pounds, or no, I want to look like Brad Pitt from Fight Club. Huge fucking gap, right? That's a huge gap between where they are and where they want to be. So I always make sure that I like build the goal up in their head. So if they're like, I get them to have their Brad Pitt moment where they're like, oh, I want to look like this guy from this movie, or this, like, a delusional target, right? Someone who's fucking, doesn't look like they've ever touched a weight. I want them to literally say, like, oh, I want to look like fucking whatever, this guy.
You're really like protecting those goals with that ego, and it's like you're really trying to pull it out of them.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, for example, it's like, like today I had a call at 4:30 with this guy. And
There we go.
His thing is like, something's missing.
Yeah.
So that conversation today is like, well, what's missing? And it's gonna be like, it's obviously gonna be deeper than, what
100%.
he's trying to tell you.
I mean, and really what's missing is you, right? And that's all, that's the whole thing. And with the goals, like you said, they do try to protect it. And also, and actually, really, part of the thing too is like, I mean, when does another grown man ever ask your goals? No one cares. Like, no one's gonna care enough to ask. Like no one's like, hey, what are your goals, man? I'm interested. You'd think someone's weird if they ask you that, you know what I mean? But in this context, it's like you're doing them a favor. It's like for the first time, we're like, oh, weird. Someone actually gives a fuck. And it's not like they're gonna tell me this and then bake me cookies afterwards, and I'm gonna go back into the same cycle that I do with like my mom and my grandma or my wife or whatever it is. Like it's a break in the circuit, The pain is the biggest, okay? Now, I almost want to, right, goals, and all you're doing is you just want to stretch this distance between the goals and the pain. To answer your question, you just ask them questions. Like, their goal, the gap is established at the goals. It grows massively in the pain point section, because you're asking them, well, okay, what do you think is holding you back? And they go, well, I don't know how to eat, right? I don't know how to train. Well, what have you tried, right? Then they'll tell you, right? And then you're like, oh, now you have ammo. Because all they're going to do, Brandon, is they're going to tell you all the stuff that didn't work.
What if it's just like time? Like, oh, it's the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, how long? How long have you been struggling with the time? Right? Well, this long, a year, 6 months, right? Whatever the problem is, it's their main problem. And for most people, that is their problem. It is the time, right? I always ask, what's the main struggle? What have you tried? How long have you been doing that, right? Have you ever worked with a coach before? And then very simply, why is it important? And what's gonna happen if you don't change? And then once all those questions are answered, think about the state of mind that they're in. You've established their goals. They tell you what they're struggling with. You ask them what they've tried that hasn't worked. You ask them how long they've been doing what they've been doing that hasn't worked. How long have you not been getting results? Dude, that's awesome. How long has your life sucked? Oh, your life sucked for 5 years. Damn, dude. Yeah, exactly, right? What have you tried? Well, I tried this. Well, how long has that worked? Blah, blah, blah. Well, have you ever worked with a coach before? Well, yeah, he fucked me over, right? And you're like, damn, well, was this even important to you? You've been struggling for 3 years, haven't done anything about it? Is this important to you? Yeah. Why? Because I can't be there for my kids, my wife doesn't fuck me, and I hate myself. Like literally. Like, and then you ask them, oh, okay, damn. They're selling it back to you. Got you, man. Like, let's just say like you don't do anything in the next 30 to 90 days. Like, what's your life gonna look like? This isn't the script, by the way. Like shit, I'm gonna feel worse. Got you. Do you want me to help you? Yes. Is that manipulative? No. Everyone else is. You got a grown man. No one told him he's fat. I'm the first one. The first one to ever tell this dude he's fat. He's like shocked. He's like, I feel different. I'm like, yeah, because you got called out for the first time. But it's not like, I'm not like a dude at the bar that's just calling him a fat ass, right? Like I have a solution. And that's why the respect is there. But do you understand how that works, right? So like the questions that we ask, I'll write them down really quick. What specifically are you struggling with? How long have you been doing, what are you specifically struggling with? What have you tried, right? How long? Have you ever worked with a coach before? And then I asked them why it's important. I asked them to tell me what their life would be like if it didn't change in the next 30 to 90 days. And then the tie downs are, and this is really where a lot of people don't kind of fuck up the conversation, is because, well, I built the pain gap, but it's like, well, some people just go straight to the booking, right? And they go, well, okay, man, so you free for a call? Like, remember, like, the entire process is meant to qualify them. So, like, the call link, honestly, to Brandon, you were like, is the video, blah, blah, blah. Like, the video, anyone can watch the video. Like, you can send the video to anybody. Like, you just want to make sure that they watch it before they get on the call, right? The call link is sacred. Nobody fucking gets that call link until they've been through this process. Like, yo, you ready? Yo, so the way that this works is we got to book within 30 minutes to ensure that we save spot on your calendar. I don't send them the call link until they tell me that they can book within the next 15 minutes. You're not even getting my link. Like, this isn't, bro, I got other people that I'm helping, right? Even if I'm fucking homeless working in a Starbucks, I'm gonna act like my calendar is packed. I don't give a shit. I'm like, I got 2 days. I got 2 days open. I got this time and this time, right? Can you book within the next 30 minutes? Yeah, I can hit the link after work. Cool, hit me up after work. I'm not giving you my call link, bro. I'm here to help. I'm here to change people's lives. If you can't book a call, then, right? The tie downs are where I ask things like, do you want me to help? Another thing too, man, is like, you can get people to this point and they can still be like, look, like they're still pushing back. You have to be assertive. Like, there's a difference between this tie down, you can still, These are both tie downs, right? Let's say that they're really like, fuck, Gabe, like I really need help. I'm like, dude, do you want me to help you? They're like, yes, yes, right? And then you get the other people that they're like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, right? And you'll be like, look, man, I can help you. I can definitely help you, right? I was like, but like, is this important to you, right? Is this even important to you? Look, I can only help people that want to be helped. I say that all the time too, because people always say, they go, yo, how much is it? I go, oh, dude, we don't even work with anyone. That's so funny. They're like, what? Oh, we don't even work with everyone, bro. We just want to see if you're qualified for us. Yeah, well, what's the price? I mean, we got a price for every budget, but I don't even really know if you're qualified necessarily. Let's just do this. Let's get on a call. Let's see if we can even help you. And if we can, we'll get you on the team. If not, we'll lead you in the right direction. How's that sound? Sound good? Okay, cool. All right, because they're thinking like, oh, well, he's trying to sell me something. No, bro. Like, I'm just trying to help you. If you're not that guy, you're not that guy. We'll find someone else. You know what I mean? See how I'm completely in the frame? I literally don't care if they close. Like, I just want them to get results. But I can't force someone to fucking want to get on the phone with me. So the tie downs are like, do you want me to help you? Is this important? Another thing too that I want to mention, this, I have like the wringing a wet towel analogy. And I look at each part of the DMs as a wet towel that you wring out, right? You know how like you wring a towel and there's like finally those like last little drops that come out of it? That's how you want to look at each part. You want to analyze the goals. You're like, did I actually build this person's goals up enough to even start getting into the pain? Because remember, you want to have that ammo. You want to be ready for when you pitch, because you don't want to pitch from a place of weakness and no authority and like the pain isn't built up, right? Because then it's just like, it's like hot air. Like your offer becomes hot air. There's no like emotional pull on it. So if we're like building their goals up, then see, people rush through this. They go, goals, pain, tie downs, call. They're like, why didn't he book? You didn't all you did was play 20 questions with him, right? And now I say to you guys before, some of the key points in the DMs, which I didn't write here, are consistently mimicking back to them what they've said to you, confirming with them. So let me get this straight. So and so. Got you. Next question, right? If one of your boys calls you and goes, yo, dude, this chick cheated on me. She fucking cheated on me. Blah, blah. Are you going to go, but yeah, man, so fucking, dude, I got a tattoo the other day. Like, you know what I mean? You're going to be like, wait, what? She what? So she cheated on you, then she went out, then she did this, and you're like, yeah, and you're like with him in the conversation. I'll give you another example. If someone was like, someone was freaking out, and they're having a conversation with you, you're not just going to start rattling off questions, right? Especially if it's someone that's your friend, you want to like exist with them in the pain. So that's one of the biggest things is like, when someone says, like these little things, like showing that you're a real person, when someone says like, dude, I make, like for example, they're like, dude, I make reels every day. No one messages me. No one gives a fuck about my shit. I have one client, bro. He pays me $250 a month and he sucks. I go, dude, that fucking sucks, bro. Holy fuck, I can't even imagine. Well, wait, I can't, I've been there, but shit, right? Like I literally am like that. People are like, yeah, I'm broke. I mean, that sucks, dude. Being broke sucks. No, I'll be like, no way, ... fuck. Like I'm really with them in it. I'm not like, spectacular. You're between 3 jobs, right? You know what I mean? It's like, and the other thing too is like, I call people out because I'm like, think about it. I see bodybuilders and I go, oh, underpaid, undervalued, could be making way more money. So I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like, it's always like, what are you doing? As in, I'm so convicted in my belief that it's never a question of, can I help this person? It's just a matter of, are they ready to let me help them? You know what I mean? Like, think about your fitness clients. If you see someone attempting fitness that's out of shape, but you know you could be helping them better, you'd be like, you'd go up in the gym, you'd be like, put it down, bro. I'll help you. What's going on, bro? You want to get in shape, right? It's like you'd have to reason with them so they can just get out of their own fucking head. Back to this though, the reason I was saying this is in the script, I actually specifically teach my guys and my setter, I go, do a pain gap audit. So like before you go to tie downs, think about it. If your ticket is like $5,000, $3,000, you're gonna slap that ticket in front of them. You gotta make sure that that pain is built up super high, right? And then before you even move on to the tie downs, you do a pain gap audit. You think, did I fucking rinse this person enough? Like, did I squeeze their pain out enough? Because only then and only then, because you don't wanna go, a lot of times, like, you know, amateurs, when they come in, they start setting, they go here, and then they go here, and back here, and back here, and then back here, and then back here, and then back here, and then back here. And they do it because they never spend the time just wringing the towel out. Spend the time, get into the goals, let them hang out, right? You don't need to fucking book someone in 9 minutes. You know what I mean? No fucking life-changing conversations happen in 15 minutes, right? It takes a little bit. So before you get to that point, then you ask them, you're like, hey, do you want me to help you, right? How important is this to you, right? And then once they're like, yes, I want help. Yes, the importance level, right? Scale of 1 to 10, right? How important is this to you? I literally ask them. I teach you guys to ask that too. I say, okay, bro, like okay, so hey, just be real with me, man. On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is this to you? 11, 10, or right, 9, whatever it is. I use that response, and then I go to the professional frame. I go, okay, so look, man, here's how it works. We do a one-on-one call, or we do an onboarding one-on-one call just to see if I can help you. Does that sound good? This part, more than anything, people fuck this up because they take sales conversations and they won't do the tie downs, and then they have to go like back and forth. So with the tie downs, when you ask someone their commitment level, people fuck up the end of this process because booking is not just saying, well, here's the call link. It's actually a 3-part. So it's like we'll say what, how, and then when. So you have to literally tell them schedule, and then time. Okay. So people think that, again, and it's crazy because it's actually fucking crazy that people will go through this whole process and they'll fuck this up and people won't book calls. You could get someone fucking crying, and then because people fuck this up, they go, yeah, bro, here's the link. Okay, hold on a second. If I'm driving home from work, I got my chick at home, kids crying, you send me the link while I'm in traffic, and I don't understand that you have 2 days on your calendar and that you fucking how it works. So you just sent me your calendar. I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely got to get to that. Girl calls me, I get home, my kid's freaking out, blah, 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 and then by that time you completely forget. Now, what happens is this person that's completely out of shape, that really wants it, they play this game of they're like, fuck, I know I need to get back to Brendan, but like, I just got so much other shit I gotta worry about, bro. You know, and what ends up happening is like they were ready at that moment, but the reason why they didn't book is because you weren't direct about the booking process. So look, you say, hey bro, so here's how it works, man. We hop on a call. Does that sound good? Right, to see how I can better help you. Yes. So we just need to schedule you in within the next 15 to 20 minutes because I have unlimited availability, so we can just make sure we save your spot. Does that sound good? Yes. Then you're like, okay, so here's how it works. I'm gonna send you my call calendar. Literally tell them exactly. I'm gonna send you my call calendar, fill it out. Once you fill out the time that works best for you, and then we'll get you situated. Then you send them the call link. Now, if they don't book within like literally 10 minutes, you should be acting like confused. The reason why is you have to have an assumptive frame. People fuck this up all the time. They go, Is this a priority for you? Wait, what about your goal? They start reselling. And then the prospect's like, yo, chill, psycho. What do you mean? Yeah, I was already bought in. And they're like, because salespeople do this all the time. They lose the fucking frame. They try to resell something that's already been sold. You're asking someone about their goals when it was literally just logistics. It's like, yo, did you find a time? Right? Like, if they don't book within the next 5 fucking minutes, I'm like, yo, like, what's up? You good? Question mark. I don't even like send it. I'm like, what's up? Right? Like when people, I don't know, and I do it all the time. I'm not to be rude or by any means, but like, you have to, this is how you have to, run your business and communicate with people. I'll have people that I'll get them through the whole pitch, right? Or my setter. They won't respond. I'll post a picture of fucking Pablo or something, and they'll be like, yo, that's dope, dude. I go, yo, what's good? I'll be like, are you good, LOL? And I'll respond to the previous message that they ghosted. Dude, I'm not a fucking, do you think I'm dumb? Like, do you think I'm like not looking at this? Do you think I'm not a human? You would never ignore anyone else like that, You would never do it. But why would you do it to me? I go, what's going on? I go, I'll literally say, I'm confused. So the reason I do that is because I hold the frame, right? And I get Luke, client Luke, he's like, dude, he's like, this dude said that he was gonna rebook, but he watches all my stories. I'm like, yeah, that's your fault. I'm like, you should have been on him. I'm like, you gotta be on him. I was like, think about it, bro. I was like, they're fucking doing their own thing. You get what I'm saying? It's like, again, you're taking someone, like, think about what you're actually doing. They woke up that day not thinking that they were getting on a phone call. And we used the framework not to fucking manipulate them or fucking trick them. We just exposed the already existing pain. It was already there, dude. And for the first time, we actually created a solution to solve that. Does this process make sense to you guys? Does anybody have any questions specifically about it? Yeah, man.